Hey everyone. Yeah, if it sounds like I'm a little out of it, a little tired, it's because I am. I just got off work. I had an 8-hour day today, so yeah, if it seems like I'm a little tired, it's because I am. And let me adjust the camera here a bit. It looks like a little too high to me. Here we go. Oh, it looks like it's a little too low. Oh, you can't win with this thing, can you? I guess it's just me. There we go. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, but like I said, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. Um, 7 to 4. What are you gonna do about that? Anyway, I thought I'd kind of give you my WrestleMania preview and prediction show. Kind of let you know what I think about WrestleMania this year. I mean, I know in the eyes of a lot of fans like the Lex Man, Jeff Shiegel, the Schleg Daddy, and a few others, it's not the best, it's not the best hyped up WrestleMania there is. It's not the best booked WrestleMania they could think of. But I think there's an old saying. I think there's an old saying that just because it may not be built up the way you want it to be, doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It might actually be pretty good when people think about it. Um, so, as far as the card structure, a lot of people were hoping for an NXT match. Well, you're going to get something similar to NXT. In fact, it's going to be very similar um, to a couple of years ago. Remember, NXT had a tournament doing the Royal Rumble access, and the winner got to get into the Royal Rumble. Well, Bo Dallas won that tournament, and he was able to enter the Royal Rumble as representative of NXT at the time. So this year, WWE has decided during this weekend at the San Jose Convention Center that they're going to hold a tournament, or not San Jose Convention Center, but San Jose State University Convention Center, that they're going to hold a tournament. They're going to hold a tournament to declare who's going to be eligible to compete in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. In other words, the winner. In other words, I think it's 8 superstars. I think 8 NXT superstars are going to compete, with the winner getting to enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But not just that, but being able to make their WrestleMania debut, even before they're called up to the main roster. Now I know some people might say and take this as the possibility that the winner of this is going to be on the main roster from now on. That's not entirely the case. That just means the winner of this is going to get some kind of exposure to what it's like to be on the main roster, to be with the big boys, if you will. So the question is, who will it be? Well, a lot of people are picking Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, to win it. Some are hoping for maybe Tyler Breeze, Baron Corbin, or whatever his name is. They're hoping for him. Bull Dempsey's a candidate. Adrian Neville. I think honestly it's going to be with whoever they feel is ready for that spotlight, who's ever ready to take that shot at the top, or it might even be Hideo Itami, Kenta, So I'm assuming if I was to pick an NXT wrestler to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, to win the tournament and be in that Battle Royal, I gotta go with 3 guys, and one's a wild card. Top pick, of course, is Balor. He seems like he's the most ready. He's the most adjusted. And it seems like he will probably fit on the main roster before this year's out. And this might be a test for him if they give the tournament and the shot for him to be in the Battle Royal. Second, of course, is Hideo Itami Kintai. I would assume this is also the same thing for him. I mean, basically, this is the same thing for any of the NXT guys that are in this tournament. Not only is it like a proving ground situation like what Ring of Honor has sometimes, but basically the ultimate proving ground for the NXT star that goes to the Battle Royal is to see if they're ready. And to me, this for Hideo Itami and Finn Balor is the ultimate proving ground, should one of them go in advance. My wild card is going to be Tyler Breeze. It's got to be. Tyler Breeze is my wild card, and here's why. They got him in live matches, in live events. They got him teaming up with Bo Dallas as a new tag team. So, or at least they're testing the waters with it. So, the way I look at it, I look at Tyler Breeze as being the wild card to win this. I mean, pretty much a lot of people are saying that Flynn and Hideo Itami, that both probably don't need this to be ready for the main roster because they pretty much are. But I would say if that's the case, if Finn Balor and Hideo Itami don't win this to get to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and have already proven their worth to be ready for the main roster, then I have to go with Tyler Breeze as the wild card. I really do. He's been on Raw. He's already competed on Raw already. He kind of has a feel so far with the main stages, so I have to go with the wild card being Tyler Breeze. I really do. So yeah, those are my top three who I think out of NXT who I think will win the tournament and get that shot in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I really do. As far as who would win this, it's kind of a toss-up. A lot of people are speculating it's going to be Miz because it seems right now they're trying to push Miz as a top heel and try to get him maybe one more run, maybe get him a run at the WWE with the WWE World Title, which would kind of cement his heelness, his heel run right now, because he's pretty much being portrayed as a Hollywood megastar, thinking of himself as a Hollywood Oscar-worthy, Oscar-winning megastar. And what better way to cement that status as that kind of a top heel than to not only win the Memorial Battle Royal, but to use it the right way. Not like what they did with Cesaro last year, which they started to do, but then they kind of dropped off of, or dropped away from. The best thing would be for Miz to win this and use that to kind of use it the right way to get himself to that main event scene again, to the point that maybe you could see him before the year's out would have maybe a small run with the WWE World Title, and thus it would kind of, like I say, cement his status as the heel, cement his current heel run and his current heel gimmick that he has. Because think about it this way: if Miz was to win the Memorial Battle Royal, like I said, he could use that the right way to elevate himself to the top, get himself that opportunity again, probably get one more shot, maybe one small run, not a long run, maybe a month or so run with the WWE World Title, but just think of how obnoxiously heelish he could be, not just to Damien Mizdow, which is Damien Sandow, if you will, but to everybody else. He could hold it up, hold the title up like, yeah, this shows I'm the best, this shows I'm the true star of the company. And he could be such, I mean, you think he's an arrogant prick right now, right? Imagine how much more of an arrogant prick, how much more hated he will get should he win this and use it to skyrocket to that championship. at least for a 1 month run. I could see The Miz winning this just like anybody else. I also could see Mizdow winning this and finally getting the push people have been waiting for him to get. Because from a story aspect, it would allow him to finally separate and get away from The Miz and stick it to The Miz and say, hey, look, you're really just full of yourself. You're full of hot air. Basically, you think you're a megastar, but let me remind you of something. The movie you starred in, it was a direct-to-video release. It wasn't theatrical. It wasn't nominated for anything. It's a direct-to-video release. Yeah, it means you're a movie star, but it doesn't mean you're on the level of some of the best of all time. Basically, be a huge chunk of humble pie that Damien Mizdow, from a storyline perspective, could serve The Miz if he wins the Battle Royal by eliminating The Miz last. Think about that. In a sense, as crazy as this sounds, in a sense, it's almost like the Battle Royal will become second nature to Mizdow and Miz. Like, the Battle Royal's just there to advance this storyline, as crazy as it sounds. The other top pick a lot of fans are looking at is Ryback, because WWE pretty much backed off from him for a while, and now this would be the perfect opportunity to get him back into the main event picture, or at least get him into a semi-main event push. And it would, because I think Ryback could do wonders with, from a character standpoint and a storyline standpoint, he could do wonders with his status as being a guy that won the Memorial Battle Royal. So I could see that happening. But if I was to pick somebody, if I was to go out on a limb and pick anybody to win this, it's going to be the man that showed up. And Schleg Daddy's going to like when I say this. The guy I'm going to pick to win this, if this might be one of his last big matches he ever has, one of the last big matches he ever has, I'm picking Mark Henry to win. I really am. And here's what I think is going to happen. This is going to set up, and I know people may not like to hear this, Mark Henry's going to win, and he's going to eliminate simultaneously both Kane and the Big Show. Because, let's be honest, it's going to come down to those three again. It's going to be Big Show and Kane in there probably as the last two again. Unless Kane costs Big Show the match. But I do see Mark Henry winning this. And it could set up something in the near future between him and either Kane or him and Big Show. I could see that happening. Heck, I could see it causing something to start between him and The Miz. I really could. Now, I know you're thinking, well, what if it's neither of them? Who would be the wild card factor? Well, if it's not The Miz, if it's not Mizdow, and it's not Mark Henry, and it's not Ryback, if it's not those four, the wild card's going to be the NXT superstar who advances. That's your wild card. If they don't go with Miz, they don't go with Mizdow, they don't go with Mark Henry, they don't go with Ryback, it's going to be the wild card pick to win the Battle Royal will be the NXT star that earns the right, that wins the tournament to earn his way into that match. I really think that's what's going to happen. I think that will be your wild card. That'll be your wild card winner. Instead of the top four that I've mentioned, the wild card in all this to win it will be the NXT star that wins the tournament to get into the Battle Royal. That's what I see happening. Now, as far as the tag team title match, which is going to be on the kickoff show, it's the Masters of WWE, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, with Natalya, defending against Los Matadores, the Usos, and New Day. And I know some people may not be disappointed about this match being on the kickoff show. But does it really surprise you guys? I mean, this happened last year too. So, this is the way I look at it. If it's the kickoff show, we've rarely seen title changes happen, especially at big events. Yes, we saw The Miz beat Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship, but he lost it back the night after. Yes, we saw Cesaro become the United States Champion at SummerSlam. We saw that. So, the question is, do they do it again here at WrestleMania? Do we get a title change? Or do the masters of WWE, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, retain? I think the masters of WWE are going to retain. I think it's the best booking decision to go with. And from a fan standpoint, they're just starting to grow. You don't want to take the belts off them and put them on Los Matadores or New Day just yet. Build those teams up even more so. Los Matadores is just coming back into their own. Let them get built up along with New Day. And besides, the way it looks like with Los Matadores, it looks like they might be trying to slowly turn them heel. That's my dog barking. And that's my dog barking. Some kids were running outside. But anyway, like I'm saying, it looks like they're starting to slowly turn Los Matadores heel. So, and I'm not going to be surprised if they do that with Los Matadores. That slow heel turn is going to not only lead them to possibly a tag team title run, but possibly taking off the mask and all that and going back to being Primo and Epico. I really see that happening. So, but again, that's just what I look at with this tag team title match. I think the masters of WWE are going to win. You can't put the belts back on the Usos so soon, because basically what you'll be doing to the Usos is turning them into the John Cena of the tag team division. So, I look at the masters of WWE to retain. It's the best booking decision I think they got to go with, and I think they know it. As far as the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, this is a very interesting dynamic. Now, there are some people that are split with this matchup because, one, the 8 competitors involved, one of them is Daniel Bryan, and there's a lot of fans that rather see Daniel Bryan in the WWE World Title match instead of in this matchup. Same way with how some people feel about Dolph Ziggler. They rather have him in a different match, mainly against Daniel Bryan, instead of having them in this match. Now, there are some that have defended this. The Lex Man has defended this match and basically said this is going to be a good match. But the question is, who do they go with to walk out with the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania? Who do they go with? Well, my prediction on it is kind of tossed up in the air. I mean, they could stick with Barrett and kind of show that despite all the craziness and thievery that's happened with his championship over the past month, that despite all that, he's still better, he's still worthy of being the Intercontinental Champion. I could see them doing that. But if the plan, according to sources, is for WWE to finally elevate these championships in case a certain beast incarnate remains with the company,